If you're looking to buy a bag of Lay's, you won't be able to do so at Loblaws. Now, this is just one example of how inflation is affecting the food industry. The Retail Council of Canada says they've been bombarded with calls from grocery retailers noting of a flood of price increases. The Retail Council of Canada says the price increases are being felt by small, mid, and large grocers, and they're coming from many large global companies. In a statement to CityNews, the organization says this follows an already alarming number of increases in the preceding quarter. In many cases, the increases are unprecedented and far exceed typical food inflation levels.
Inflation has violently hit consumers, but it also has impacted processing as well. Processing costs have actually gone way up.
The friction between Frito-Lay and Loblaws is just one example of how vendors are trying to recoup higher costs by charging retailers more to carry their items. But experts suggest this could be a sign of tension in Canada's food industry, which some say could get much worse as supply chain issues continue. And what could be even more problematic is if a stop sell hits the healthier sections of the food aisle.
I wouldn't be surprised to see other companies do the same thing, affecting other parts of the grocery stores and perhaps healthier parts of the grocery store, like dairy, for example. And a stop sell in dairy would be disastrous because within days, you could see dairy farmers actually dump milk all over the place as a result.
Sylvain Charbois is a director of the Agri-Food Analytics Lab at Dalhousie University. He says this isn't an unusual tactic, but one that creates a lot of frustration for everyone involved.
Costs have gone up really rapidly, and so that's why the food industry is just trying to cope with what's going on right now. And of course, with the Ukraine-Russia situation, it's only going to make matters worse.
According to a Statistics Canada report released last week, the price of food at grocery stores went up by 6.5% in January 2022, an increase the country hasn't seen since 2009. But if consumers see more price showdowns like the one we've seen with Frito-Lay and Loblaw, the question now is,
where should the price increase be absorbed? Should it be by the grocer or the customer?
Honestly, there's a new normal out there. I think it's important people to realize it's been difficult. Prices are actually rising. They won't drop anytime soon. We've been spoiled really as consumers over the last several decades. But things are shifting rapidly right now, and I do believe that Canadian families will be expected to pay more for food moving forward, unfortunately.
Experts say what could help level out pricing before it gets worse is the implementation of a code of practice by the federal government that could include an arbitrator to help settle these types of disputes. Nikovoly, City News.